Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author, and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. With the ordeal of passengers stranded on a train in Tamil Nadu because of heavy rain and floods, and the kindness of villagers who opened their homes and hearts to them, we travel back in time to the significance of hospitality across cultures. From the Greek concept of philoxenia or love towards strangers to the Indian tradition of Aditi Devo Bhava, a symbol of sharing. What did Thiruvalluvar say about hospitality?
Train number 20606. Southern Railway will not forget this train for a long time. The Thirukkural-Chennai express train began its fateful journey at 8:25 p.m. on 17th December. The heavy rains led to extensive flooding and damage to train tracks. The passengers found themselves halted at Srivaikundam railway station. The loco pilot's decision to stop the train was prudent, but nobody expected the ordeal to continue for 3 days. Residents of a nearby village, Pudukkudi Melur, saw the plight of the passengers and jumped in to support. The villagers were not in any comfortable position themselves. The small agricultural hamlet was marooned, and the plantain farmers have lost their entire crop. Yet, the villagers gathered at the Bhadrakali Amman temple, brought vessels, vegetables, provisions, fuel, and started cooking for the deserted passengers. Milk, biscuit packets, water bottles, medicines were all provided. The villagers also opened their houses to strangers to use their toilets. Lasa Ramamridam, one of the doyens of Tamil fiction, wrote about an experience when he was in Delhi. A stranger met him and introduced himself as a book lover. He invited Lasara for dinner, and Lasara, who was craving for South Indian meal, immediately accepted. It was a January evening in Delhi. Amidst the freezing cold, the lady of the house served him a hot meal. When the unavoidable last part of the dinner, curd rice, was to be served, the host lady disappeared. Her husband and the writer waited patiently for about 10 minutes. As she reappeared into the house, the embarrassed husband asked her where she had been when the important guest was waiting. The lady said that she recalled about Lasara's preference for mango pickles. He usually writes about it in his stories. So, she walked in the cold street, braving -degree temperatures, to a house of a friend who made mango pickle recently. Lasara writes about the teardrops that fell on the banana leaf when he tasted the pickle. Andrew Shyrock, a specialist in anthropology at the University of Michigan, has done extensive research about the interesting aspect of the human psyche that offers hospitality, especially to strangers. He has concluded that hospitality is the foundation of human civilization. There is no ancient religion that does not emphasize generosity towards strangers. There is a Greek term for love towards strangers, philoxenia. In their philosophy, strangers are sent by Zeus, the father of gods. In Japanese folk tradition, the stranger, Ijin, is the most important person to be offered the best seat in the table and the first to be served with the meal. Hospitality to strangers, karam, an essential part of Arab tradition in the hills of Jordan. They have a saying, karam is not about sharing food and drink, it's about sharing the soul. For us, Aditi Devo Bhava is inextricably linked to our faith and culture across our landscape. In our villages, water is usually poured on the remaining rice after everyone has finished dinner. The watered rice becomes parayasoru. I have witnessed in many houses the practice of waiting till the last bus to the village arrived before water is poured on the rice, just to be sure that any possible visitor who took the last bus does not go hungry during the night. One of the TV channels interviewed a few villagers of Pudukkudi Gramam. An old lady said, "This is our duty. While I hope nothing like this happens again, but if it chanced, we will feed them again." She made the statement and walked away as if it was not a big deal. As I watched her, I thought she was not just a woman from a small village. She is the personification of our heritage, a piece of the great legacy, a continuum from the past. A couplet of Valluvar flashed before me. Selvirundhu Ombi, Varuvirundhu PaarthirupaanNal Virundhu Vaanathavarkku. He who hosted a batch of departing guests and waited for the next guest will be hosted by gods.